Hello, hello, everyone. How you doing? Let me know. Can you see me well? Can you hear me well? There's some reactions in the live chat to make sure we're all live. We're everything is rolling. Um, all good? All great? I need to see some thumbs up to be sure. There's this very awkward silence, but I hope it's good. Just let me know while watching in the live chat if everything is great. But yeah, welcome to the community call. I'm Lunita, and I'm very happy to welcome you here. Um, yeah, let us know in the live chat. How's your week going? Usually our community calls are on Tuesdays. This time we are full of surprises. And you will see during the community call that we have a lot of surprises. So yeah, why not change things up? But straight to the agenda, shall we? First, I will monopolize a little bit the stage, talking about Townhouse and the mysterious drama around Townhouse and Takeoff. Then we will go to the one of the highlights, one of your favorite parts of our community call, the product updates. There are quite some interesting news in there too. And then community updates. There were so many things going on in the past month, and we want to share and celebrate them with you. Then, obviously, after celebrating things, we need and we want to be accountable and stay accountable to you, our dear community. That's why we'll go to the must deliver part and the Q&A. Speaking of surprises and the Q&A, we want to try something, and we will need your support for that. And more specifically, we want more questions from you. We want good questions. We want more interesting questions because we know you have them, but maybe you don't feel comfortable asking them, and or you need more motivation to write them down during the community call. And yeah, as I said, community calls are their time to talk about news and being accountable, but also it's their time when we can connect and not talk on Twitter, but have almost like a live conversation. That's why today, drum roll, today, the best question that is asked in the live chat will be rewarded. I will let you know later how it will be rewarded. Just trust me. Actually, because I want to keep a little bit the drama. I am in a little bit of a drama mood this week. So stay tuned. We will reward the best question. And trust me, it is an amazing reward. So prepare your fingers to type in the best question. And let's begin. And as I said, today I will monopolize a little bit of space and let's talk about Townhouse. This month, or this past month, we celebrated our first birthday. Let's give a round of applause to this trip around the sun. Actually, technically, Townhouse was a year in April, but we decided to celebrate it a little bit bigger, brighter, shinier, and do it during a Townhouse edition. So we waited till Lisbon, and Lisbon has a special place in Town Protocol's and Townhouse's heart. So as you can see, that's how it started. That's how it's going, and we started as a little reminder in April 2021 in Barcelona at Connect. The last edition of Townhouse was in Lisbon. It was last week, and I didn't say by mistake that it was the last Townhouse, because it was. But before we go into that, let's still keep a little bit the vibe. And I'm not sure if you know it or not, but actually we have a mini documentary about Townhouse 2022 on YouTube. By the way, I was a mistake. Townhouse started in 2022, not 2021. That was Talent Protocol. But yeah, we have a mini documentary on YouTube that I'm sure you will enjoy. Over there, we have the journey of our scholars and the different locations and their impressions. And yeah, just watch it. It's a cool trip around the world, around experiences. And it's an important video to our hearts because, as I said, Townhouse closed its doors. There will be no Townhouse editions, no more Townhouse Twitter account. Townhouse is about yesterday, and we are always moving forward. And the next step for Townhouse is takeoff. Some of you might have already seen it on Twitter, but yes, it is true. Talent House closed its doors, but Takeoff opened its doors, or is taking off. And yeah, there was an interesting, cool rebranding. As you can see, we changed a little bit the visuals of it. Well, changed. Talent House didn't really have a branding because we were more focused on building the program than the branding. So we were stealing designs from Talent Protocol, but now we have our own branding. And it's still that, for example, the purple still indicates the connection to Talent Protocol because the program is called now Takeoff by Talent Protocol. And if you are still a little bit confused, what's going on? Danila, our amazing core contributor, who is, by the way, today taking over the live chat. So give him a great round of applause for taking this amazing job over. But yeah, he will share some links to our Twitter thread and the Twitter space that Juanpi and I had last week, talking about what is the future of Takeoff by Talent Protocol. What is the difference between this and Talent Protocol? Why we change the name? Why we change the branding? And everything on and on. But we didn't change just the colors and the name. We are changing many things. One of which is the fact that the selection process will be different. We want to make it more and more transparent, decentralized, because Takeoff by Talent Protocol is a program for you, about you. So it should be you who is actually building it. That's why for the very first time in Premiere, we had our voting on Snapshot. And it was you who decided who will be the next 10 scholars in Paris. We had almost 300 applicants in total. There was a short list of 30 people. If you're curious about the criteria, how the shortlist was created, please ask this in the live chat. Maybe this will be one of the best questions. By the way, I still have it in mind. I'll tell you the reward a little bit later. But yeah, ask it in there. And actually, to be honest, we expected people to vote because we know you like Takeoff, but we expected around 70 votes. We got a total of 179 votes, which is incredible. And thank you so much for being so active. And as I said, thank you for shaping Takeoff by Talent Protocol. It was an approval voting system. And oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm getting blushy because are you ready to hear the names of the 10 next scholars of Takeoff? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. Ta-da! These are the 10 people that will join Talent House Paris. No, it's Takeoff. We shall change that. But Takeoff a Talent Protocol Paris edition. Andrea, Arthur, Beza. I will not try to say all the names because I'm sure I will mispronounce them. But congratulations, you did an amazing job at your application. You did an amazing job at promoting yourself and asking people to vote for you. So all of you 10, please either contact me or be sure I will contact you. So from today on, Takeoff Talent Protocol will be a big part of your life. So it's not a threat. It's an exciting news. So congratulations once again. Welcome to the family. And as I said, this past month was very rich in events. And it was not only Talent House Takeoff madness. There was another event that Talent Protocol was a big part of. But for this, I will ask our dear PCBO to join me on stage and tell us and the community more about this amazing week. How was it? Are you happy, excited, disappointed? Tell us more about it.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Now it's perfect.
Somehow my sound wasn't working. Sorry. I was saying I'm still tired, and that's probably why the sound system wasn't working perfectly. And no, it was amazing. Builders Week. Maybe you can go on the next slide. So it's better to show instead of telling. You know, a bunch of tweets, threads on Twitter, pictures. You know, just awesome partners, awesome builders, awesome sponsors. But yeah, it was overall my feeling right now is being tired still, but also accomplished. You know, like it was amazing to see the builders going on stage, sharing their prototypes, sharing what they built, and you know, yeah, it was just amazing meeting the crew from Takeoff. The number 1 and number 2 winners were in the Takeoff cohort, so that was amazing. And overall, so tired, accomplished, but also appreciative of yeah, everyone that was involved, the crew, the team. I could stay here for like 10 more hours and say it like this, but yeah, overall was super proud of what we achieved with this. Let's see what happens with Builders Week. We're still recovering from the process, learnings. We're still doing our postmortem. Let's see what happens next.
What would you say was your biggest takeaway or biggest learning from this whole process? But because Talent Protocol is never involved in organizing such a big event before, right? So what was something that you learned the hard way?
Sorry, Minit, I didn't get that because of the sound. Can you ask again?
Of course. Sorry, I
Sorry
was
about
saying
that.
that this is the first time Talent Protocol is involved in organizing such a big event. And you
Yes.
said that you are very tired. And I was wondering, what is the one biggest takeaway or lesson that you learned in this whole process? Maybe the hard way, but you definitely learned it.
Look, events are amazing. They are. I mean, they create awesome vibes, unique type of vibes, but they are very tiring and costly as also from a financial standpoint. Therefore, before moving forward with anything that is IRL, you really need to be careful. What's the purpose? What's the success metrics? Can we really make it work? Obviously, Builders Week is a new thing, so it's hard to answer some of those questions. But all in all, I think the learning was almost like a relearning, was kind of refreshing my memory on, this is hard. I know this, so I know I'm not, this is not something super new, but for you at least, but maybe some people in the audience, they've never organized events or something like that, so they don't get it as much as we do. So
I agree. That's why I think we should all, in the live chat, give a big shout out to the organizers of Builders Week and generally to event organizers across the globe, because it's such a big work and it involves a lot of responsibility and sleepless nights. And thanks to you, event organizers, actually Takeoff exists. Also because our main goal, as you know, is to have builders from all over the world attend their very first Web3 conferences and hackathons. So if there were no conferences and hackathons, it wouldn't be us. So thank you very much to all event organizers out there. You're doing an amazing job. And super curious about where Builders Week will head from here on. Maybe we will organize them more often, maybe next year. Everyone, if someone attended Builders Week, let us know your learnings. What did you build? I'm very proud to see a lot of Townhouse Takeoff, because this edition was a little bit of a salad of those two scholars on the stage winning. Amazing, great vibes. And let's keep the great vibes going and move to the next section, which is product updates. And you can see there are two names out there. It will be presented by our, as I love to present him, our tech genius, the studio, Francisco, and he'll be joined by Philippe in a second. But Francisco, tell us, there's so many things going on with the product. What should we expect? What should people expect in this turbulent phase of testing and learning and all this madness?
Thank you, Minita, as always, for the energy. It's always hard to match you, but I'll try. I'll need to channel my inner Lumi or inner Juanpi for those that saw his presentation at Builders Week. Contagious energy. But as you mentioned, there's a lot of things ongoing. I'm going to highlight two of the things that we shipped during this month that were meaningful, but there are always a lot of improvements that we've done, and especially as we have the season wrapping up, there are still quite a few things coming up. And for the next community call, we will be focusing on this wrap up and talk about season 4. And talking about season 4, we will also have a surprise about that later on, which is going to be cool to see. So getting started on the product updates, the first thing that I wanted to highlight is around the new homepage that we've shipped. The main thing is the activity feed, but we managed to squeeze in a few improvements. I'm just highlighting two more, which is the new notifications that we improved a bit the interface, and also the identity verification for launching the token, just to make sure that we have all the security measures around our economy. And so I'm actually just going to jump on the beta and give you a quick rundown of what the homepage is, and then I'll showcase a bit of the numbers. So the activity feed is essentially a global feed where you can see the activity of what's happening inside Talon Protocol. We recently shipped out a filter where you can essentially filter by different types of activities. So now I'm already giving you a sneak peek of some private career updates. So if you aren't subscribed yet to Juanpi, Josh, PCBO, Ruben, Guedes, Wodnewski, you should, because there are great insights over here in their career updates. And we also are trying this new modular approach with different modules that allow us to experiment a bit. And we have a recommended builders section that's highlighting currently our top 100 talent that we picked during our anniversary, some recommended collections, which can be from companies to events to communities and everything about it. And then we also have our new community leaderboard, which I'll talk a bit more once I talk about the earn page, which is the next thing that I'll talk about. But before that, let's just take a look at what the homepage means in terms of numbers. So since shipping the homepage, which I believe was at the end of May, something like that, we already had almost 3,000 types of activities created. Most of these were subscriptions, so people following each other and wanting to receive their career updates. But we also had almost 500 new journey entries, new or updated journey entries, which were highlighted for everyone on the platform. We had 157 career updates and 111 complete profiles. So these numbers are really interesting, and also they showcase the activity in the platform from before we were highlighting it. We saw an increase in numbers across the board, so we're really happy with it, and we're looking forward to experiment with it a bit more. So overall, if you have any ideas for quick improvements, new modules that we should include, or new things that we can do on the homepage, do let us know. We're always looking to improve the way the product looks and the way the product works. So reach out. We're always around in Discord. The next one is about the earn page. So this one was shipped on June 1st. And so we essentially try to create or give quests that we have in the platform a brand new look. We also introduced experience points as a way for us to play around and gamify the platform a bit more. And there is a tab that is yet to be released, which is about the rewards. And so there are some exciting things coming that way. So I'm just going to also give you a quick peek around the quests. I've happily already completed all my quests. And we're looking to add more quests in the future. We'll even have some partner quests. So if you are a community or you represent a community and you would like for our community to essentially get to know you, reach out to us. We can create a quest for you. And we'll also have something cool, which will be time-bound quests. So these are quests that are only going to be available through a short period of time in the app. So it's going to be cool to see who are the ones that manage to complete them or not. We also did the revamp of the invites, where essentially we are also rewarding users that join, and for you to invite people. As you can see, I am a massive inviter with 850 people, but don't worry about it. I'm not getting any experience. No one on the core team wins experience. It would be cheating. So this is truly for the community to use. Similarly to the homepage, let's take a look at a few numbers. So we have 412 quests completed since shipping this out, which, looking back to the old quests, it's a huge increase. Before we were around the 100 quests completed over a week. And so these new quests, and it's also integrated with the homepage. It's really telling people what they can or can't do within Talon Protocol. One of the main quests is the profile being completed, and the wallet connections, which makes sense, but also the sending out the career updates is a big one, and it's a quest that we want to continue building on top and essentially see how far we can get it. And this essentially meant that we have already awarded over 265k experience points, which, based on the rewards, you'll be able to spend with some interesting things like merch and other rewards that will be shipping out soon. So if that's exciting for you, tell us what piece of merch you'd like to spend your experience points on, or how would you want to use them. And that's it for now in terms of big product updates. As I mentioned, we've shipped a bunch of things. We now have a changelog in our Notion. So if you're curious about that, feel free to go there and take a look. There we also include these smaller details that we are shipping out. And yeah, back to you, Minita, so that we can focus on the community updates.
Not really back to me yet, but before we go into that, I was just thinking about merch. There are just a few ways to get merch. You can either go straight and buy it, which is cool, but kind of boring, very Web2, I would say. Then you can either come to Takeoff and be a scholar there and get free merch. You can potentially change your experience points for that, or what I was saying at the beginning, for the best question, that person that gets the best question will get a piece of merch from us of any choice. Just go on the website, and you can even go now while listening to my boring voice and start scrolling and searching what do you want from the website. And yes, Francisco, before we go to the next slide, you were talking about career updates. When Francisco career updates? I'm subscribed. I'm waiting.
Yeah, I've been sending them out on a somewhat monthly basis, and I have my next one already lined up. Just making a few tweaks before sending it out. It's something that I try to always invest a bit of time into it before sending them out. But if you aren't subscribed to me yet and you want to receive it, now is the time, because the next one will be coming out shortly. And as I was talking about community, we want to grow our community. And so we've recently opened up some new full stack developer positions for Talon Protocol. So with the new roadmap that we'll be discussing for season 4 and everything that we've been building, we want a bit more of resources, people that want to hack away, do experiments and collaborate with us. And so we're looking for 2 more full stack developers. We already have a Typeform open and a Notion page describing exactly what the job description looks like. And one thing to keep in mind is that for this particular position, we are not looking for ultra senior people. So if perhaps you have 1-2 years of experience and you enjoy Web3, feel free to apply and to reach out to us. We'll be building some cool stuff together.
I couldn't agree more. There's a proof of good vibes at Talent Protocol. So join us. We are a cool team, very fun. We have amazing merch. So definitely apply. We're waiting for more devs, but let's talk community, because Talent Protocol means product, community, and welcome. How are you, Philippe?
I'm good. How are you, Luminita? Full of energy, I can see.
Yes. I think every time I'm at the townhouse or now Takeoff edition, I get so many good vibes, and it just like keeps me running and rolling.
Recharges your batteries.
Exactly. But tell us, what's new about the community?
There's a lot of small news that we wanted to share. Both Lampi and Hudnevsky have done a pretty good job of keeping the community very, very active, and we just want to take this moment to highlight some of the most interesting things that happened last month. And I think the first one is actually our team retreat. So I think this is probably the best photo we took at the retreat. I don't know if you know, but we do usually 1 or 2 retreats a year since our team is remote first, and the moments when we are together are not don't happen that often. And it's important, especially when we're closing a season and preparing a new one, which is the case. It's important to come together for a few days and do all of that work together, and yeah, just being together, which is also a way to recharge batteries. But it's not just fun and games, as you can see. So this is mainly for us to plan a lot of the work that we do and get away from our screens for a little bit. But we just did like 50% of the work at the retreat, and now we need your help to actually make some final decisions. And so one of the decisions that we need your help with is deciding what we should prioritize for. So for season 4, and as you can see here, there's another snapshot vote up where you can let us know what you think and what you think our priorities should be. One thing that it's clear is that for season 4, we will be doubling down on goals. So the goals feature, the feature where you can add career goals that you have, has been one of the most used and also one of the most unique to Talent Protocol, and something that we want to invest more in, give more highlight to goals. So a lot of the priorities are related to goals, but still we shared 6 different product priorities that we feel should be where we focus our time and attention on the coming months. But we want to hear from you and understand which of these 6 you think we should be tackling first. And as the last votes, if you will hold a TalentMate NFT, you'll be able to vote, and this vote will be up for a week until next Thursday. So yeah, counting on you to let us know what we should be focusing on first. And speaking of on-chain voting, Pedro and Pisibio was actually the one leading this first vote that we did, and maybe you can explain a little bit what the learnings were. But this was the first vote that we did almost a month ago, or more than a month ago that it started. But here are the results.
Yeah, I mean, for a first vote was nice because we had 141 townmates voting. It was the first time we were testing Snapshot as well, and the voting was clear. So now what our team is doing is analyzing everything from technical, but also to understand if it makes sense from a town protocol perspective, from the TEL perspective, if it makes sense to go on Arbitrum first, or Ethereum first, or Optimism first. But we'll start with Arbitrum, analyzing it, and then Ethereum, then Optimism. There's pros and cons for all of them. I can share with you so we're making that work right now. Let's see what happens. Okay, but I just want to take this moment to thank the community for thank you, talent mates, for helping us make the first vote of Snapshot a success. Thank you.
Thanks, Pedro. Yeah, I think we are happy. I mean, we took us a while to do the first vote, but then we're already on our third one. So yeah, because it's good to get feedback, and also we're building for the community, not for ourselves. So it's good that we can involve people in decision-making processes. But yeah, moving on, the other piece of news I wanted to share is just a thank you and appreciation moment to the participants of the last build day, and to Sandra, that was the winner. All three projects were very good projects. All three were around AI, and how we could integrate AI in Town Protocol. I think, yeah, Sandra was the winning one, voted by all the core contributors, but all of them were pretty good, and we were pretty satisfied with, and even impressed with all of them. So yeah, congrats to the three of us, to the three of you, not us. And speaking of build day, we will, regarding build days, that we were going to do like put build days on hold during the summer, at least summer in the Northern Hemisphere. It's not summer for everyone. During the summer in the Northern Hemisphere, and we will rethink kind of the model. We learned a lot from the last build days, and we'll try to improve it and make it better. So, because the goal is two goals. First, to innovate quicker and to experiment with new ideas quicker that are not on our roadmap. And the second one is to involve the builders in our community to build alongside with the team. And we'll take these learnings and try to improve them for after the summer. Moving on to some quicker news, we tried to, as you know, we had a campaign to help Christina, which is a Talent House alumnus, and to help her go to Belgrade. She was invited to speak at East Belgrade, but she couldn't afford the travel from Colombia to Belgrade. And since we were just launching the sponsorship model, we wanted to test it to help Christina. The campaign, she ended up not reaching the goal that she needed to fly to Belgrade. And there were a lot of learnings that we had from this campaign. I think good things we saw was that, I mean, first of all, we acted fast and we could create a campaign from one day to the other. And it also helped us identify a lot of improvements to be done in the sponsorship model. How can we reduce a lot of friction? How can we make it more easy for people to sponsor other people? I think what didn't went so well was that we couldn't help Christina get the traction that she wanted to reach her goal. But I think it was positive in any way. Besides Christina, we also sponsored Simon Pueblo, which is another of our community members. and he was organizing this event in Madrid called the Pizza Day Madrid, and we sponsored him also through the sponsorship model in Talent Protocol to be able to actually to pay for the pizzas. This was how his goal was to finding someone that could help him pay for the pizzas, and we sponsored him on Talent Protocol with pizza. And yeah, also I had the pleasure to be there as a speaker, and it was also a pretty interesting event where a lot of people were interested about Talent Protocol and knowing more about it. So definitely a big win. Still related with events, I think I have 2 more news related to events. This was a partnership that we had with the Non-Fungible Conference, which is a big conference on NFTs here in Lisbon. Happened last week. And not only did we got our TalentMate holders 80% discount on tickets, but also the Takeoff scholars also had free tickets for the conference. So few more benefits for holding TalentMates besides being able to vote on stuff. And the last, no, not the last actually, but another event that happened in May was our partnership with the ETH Global Hackathon here in Lisbon. ETH Global are probably the best and the most well-known hackathons in the Web3 space, and we partnered with them to organize like a talent brunch that happened before the hackathon as an official side event. And also we created a collection on our app where you could see all of the Talent Protocol members that were participating in the hackathon. So making networking easier for this hackathon participants. And we have a very good relationship with ETH Global. So hopefully we'll do even more stuff in future hackathons. And actually the next one is in Paris in July. So yeah, excited for that. And lastly, this is actually 2 pieces of news in one slide. First is that I already mentioned this in the last community call, but I didn't show any pictures. So here's the picture of the first decentralized meetup that happened for Talent Protocol that happened in Nigeria, organized by our ambassador Izakaya. And you will also be the 3rd person that we sponsor through Talent Protocol, because this was just the first very organic meetup, but he's now organizing a full day event in Nigeria that we're also sponsoring via the platform. That will happen on July 15th. And we will share more details soon on the usual channels. But yeah, if you live in Nigeria, or if you by any chance are in Nigeria on July 15th, maybe you can attend this event.
So many things going on.
Yes.
But yeah, very exciting. And there will be some more exciting news regarding Talent Protocol and Africa, but you didn't hear it from me.
Yeah. and there are a lot of events also happening in July, but we'll speak about that next month.
Exactly. But thank you very much, Philippe. That was, yeah, as I said, a lot going on, but I think it's amazing because although we are building on-chain in Web3, I really like that Talent Protocol is also a lot off-chain in the real world, participating in events, meeting the community. That's something that we shouldn't discount. Same as accountability. Very important and core part of our identity. That's why, Peter, welcome back. Hope your sound is all good and fine now.
Yeah, it is now. Yes. Yeah, but I messed up on that one. Sorry about that. But yeah, let's just go right in. I mean, this is the easy part. So we're massively failing on the virtual wallet deploy. It's been energy draining for everyone. The only consolation award is that, I mean, Francisco is all into this. So I have a request for everyone: do not ask anything from him. in the next couple of weeks till the end of the month, so we can ship this monster. But don't take me wrong, it's been a very good learning process as well. So, but I'd rather have it shipped a long time ago, of course. To compensate, I mean, you saw the demo, so the homepage, the rewards. Well, the rewards are coming, but you saw the experience points, all that on the quest. So good job there. So I would say I would classify this must deliver as a 50-50. So even though there's two greens, one red, I think the virtual wallet is a big one. So I'd say it did well 50%. You're not doing very well about 50%. And as accountability to the community on the next one, or until the next community call, we want to obviously deliver the virtual wallet. You can change the slide if you want. And the other one is the collective pages. So collective pages are fundamental to bring organizations into Talent Protocol. They can be DAOs, it can be for-profit companies, non-profits, whatever the type, organizations of humans to be part of Talent Protocol. I mean, we've kind of been supporting this with the collections, so you can go on Talent Protocol now and you can see some collections, like people who participated in IF Global, at the Takeoff Lisbon, at the Builders Week. So there's different collections. This is kind of like the next step for that. So I'm really looking forward to see these collective pages shipped. We're trying to create this shipping mentality where we have over 1K monthly active users, and we had this new rule within the team, which is until 10K monthly active users. So we're still a bit away, far from that. Until 10K, we're gonna worry with quality, obviously, but we're gonna just ship it. We're gonna ship it, even if it's a small thing. Just ship it. So hopefully this mindset change helps us deliver more. I think it's self-explanatory, but if not, the reason is simple. I mean, there's a lot of people using Talent Protocol, but it's not a super huge number yet. So we can focus a bit more on the speed, on the shipping speed, instead of just making sure every detail is correct before going live. So that's all I have to say for this month. I was going to say this week, but no, it's this month. And I just want to underline that very powerful energy coming from you. And also I just want to give like a massive heads up to the community in Nigeria. That meetup happening out of nowhere was quite good to see. Again, we have a new vote on Snapchat. Looks like Snapchat is working out for us, even though it has some limitations, especially when it comes to the takeoff. There's some limitations there, but for other types of votes, governance votes, it's quite good. So yeah, let's vote on the product priorities for season 4, and until then we'll deliver this.
Yeah, and although BCBO said that you shouldn't ask anything from him for the next period, you can still ask questions to the community call. So this rule only applies after this live stream is ending. So now, if you want to ask anything of him or from him, now it's your time to shine. And don't forget that the best question gets merch. Yeah, that's very exciting. And speaking about community and things going on, community agenda. As we mentioned multiple times, we have a new voting on Snapshot. It's about the season 4 priorities. Yeah, it's self-explanatory. Be part of season 4 and our goals. The voting started about let's say 50 minutes ago. You have a week to vote. And then the next community call will be on July 11th. You can already RSVP for it. As I said, we're experimenting with things, so you don't want to miss it out, believe me. And yeah, take off barriers. That's super exciting. It starts on July 16th. So technically, at the next community call, we will talk about it a little bit as well. But July 16th to the 24th, it will be during ETH50. So first a little bit of conference, and then as we also mentioned, our beloved ETH Global Hackathon that will be in Paris. Screenshot it, or better, follow us on Twitter. The Talon Protocol, take off Twitter accounts, everything interesting and fresh is out there. And now another thing that I know you love. So as always, our attendance NFT powered by our amazing partners from Crowdclass. You can use this QR code and claim it right away, or the link will also be in the live chat for you to claim or mint your NFT. But keep in mind, that's something that we mention every time, but then we are asked on Discord again every time. There's a limited number of it. It's 50 only. It's first come, first mint. Maybe if you want, we can stretch that number, because as I said, every time we get questions about it on Discord. So if you want us to raise the limit, let us know. But for now, 50 people, go ahead and mint your attendance NFT. And then, as I said, one of my favorite parts of this call, but I also know you enjoy them too, the Q&A part. So there were a few questions in the live chat, and then there were, quite some cool questions in the live chat, I would say. And maybe we can start with something we talked about today, Arbitrum. So one of the questions was that, quote, I have some doubts about Arbitrum. They're quite centralized. There's been some bad vibes coming from their ecosystem. Any thoughts? And I think because it is part where we are about to implement it, I think it's fair to address these concerns. Maybe, you, Petr, can be the one to bring some light to that.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, thanks for the question. Second of all, I think I see those concerns as well. The bad vibes always relevant, but harder to measure because there's also good vibes. But the centralization part is what worries us more. So when now we have the prioritization from the community, we're checking Arbitrum first, and then if we come to the conclusion that it's not good for us, we won't do it. So, but well, in a sense, this question is good because it validates also the thoughts that we had about Arbitrum, but still, this is an ongoing process.
And I'll take the advantage of you being on stage, and I will ask a question by a Takeoff, now alumnus, ex-scholar, about season 4. So Domenico, our amazing guy from Sicily, says that talents need to reach the right people who can help them achieve their goals, and then redistribute back the value. Can we expect in season 4 any features that will simplify the hiring process?
Yeah, I think look, when we don't want to do like big shippings, like we want to avoid virtual wallets type of builds again. So it's more like step by step. We're now very focused on accountability and building everything around that. But at the same time, we're going to launch the collective pages, and that can bring in new dimensions to the talent game. And obviously, hiring has always been in there. I think when someone finds something because they met someone, whether it was a strong referral or just a small recommendation, it's always good to be appreciative of that. So one of the product priorities that you can vote season 4 is about appreciation. And I think that combined with collective pages can be the Web3 way of supporting matchings, but in a talent, a different talent economy. Let's put it like this. So we'll take step by step and learn along the way, but there's no super strong plans around recruitment. We've been asked about that. That's why we have a Telegram chat where we can share your jobs, stuff like that. And you can check jobs there as well. They keep being shared on a regular basis. So yeah, it's there. We may go there, but let's see if we can find the way together.
I like this mindset. Is there? Let's find the way there together. Speaking about together, there are, as I mentioned, a lot of events going on, but there are people who are curious how they can also organize Talent Protocol events in their city. Maybe Philippe, you can help some folks around. How can you also benefit? Maybe buy pizzas or margaritas or anything supported by Talent Protocol.
I think Izakaya's example and story in Nigeria is a good one. So it is our mission to support builders all around the world and to make them kind of grow and advance faster. And organizing meetups can be a way to do just that. And of course, if we can help people meet in real life and meet other builders and share connections, I think it's a win-win for everyone. So, but what happened with Izakaya is simple. So first of all, how you do it is reaching out to us, is being proactive and having an idea and making a proposal. That's step number one, making a proposal. And a principle that's also related to this is start small. So make a proposal and start small. What happened with Izakaya is that he made a proposal. The first meetup that he organized was a very small and organic one, and it did it. I mean, our support was very limited. Basically, it was just words of encouragement and motivation, and it was basically that. So he did it on himself, and since we saw that he was serious about it and that he was able to do it. And then we helped him try to think of a second event that he could organize. In this way, we were supporting him financially, and financially is mostly so that he can cover the costs of the event. But I would say, summarizing is, if you have an idea, make a proposal and start small. So let's do something together, small first, and test it out, and then we can keep growing and making bigger and bigger things.
That's another very good takeaway. Be proactive about Talent Protocol, and then generally in life and in your career. I don't know in what language is the original saying of knock and the door shall open. I guess that's the saying. But yeah, be proactive. Reach out. We are trying. We're building. We're building Talent Protocol, but we're also trying to be always available either on Discord or Twitter. So ask, be proactive, and I'm sure we'll find a solution. And we're already at 1 hour of live stream, so maybe we can take one last question. But before that, I heard there were some troubles with the NFT. It should work now. Please check it once again. We want to make sure that we have your attendance NFT. And yeah, maybe the last question can be about Takeoff. How was the shortlist created? Amazing question. That's what I mentioned at the beginning. So the shortlist for Paris, for Takeoff Paris, was created based on a few things. First and foremost, that's something that we mentioned, and that's a tip for you to not be surprised if you're not in the shortlist next time. You need to have a complete profile on Talent Protocol. If you don't know what a complete profile is, usually in the application form, there is this information, so you can click on it, or if you cannot find it, always reach out. We will let you know. Even easier, when you're on your profile, if you go to Quest, you will see that you can complete a quest of having the complete profile. So that is essential. And this is essential not just for the shortlist, this is essential for you to have a valid application. So step number one, make sure next time your profile is complete on Talent Protocol. The second is obviously availability and possibility to come to Paris. There are many people that wanted to attend, but it is important to keep in mind that unfortunately there are borders and there are visas and so on and so forth. So for those that in the application let us know that it will be quite challenging, almost impossible to attend, we highly encourage you to apply for next cohorts, especially, as I said, we will have Takeoff editions on many other continents coming up. So I'm sure there will be an edition not so far from your home, somewhere that, you know, we can make sure that you arrive in time without too much stress. And third, again, as we mentioned before in other calls, and I'm saying it once again, everyone can apply to Takeoff, absolutely everyone. However, we will prioritize people that are from the region, because I think it's very important to, you know, build the connections between the countries in the same region. In Denver, the majority of the scholars were from North America. In Brazil, the majority were from Latin America. Lisbon was a little bit of a salad because it's at the border of Europe. And Paris is also more focused on regional applicants. But yeah, there will be more editions, I promise, and you should apply to them. And now I will not take too much of your time. It's a Thursday, I know it's not a Friday, but you should go and have fun. Let's get the conversation going. As I said, there'll be a next community call, but we're also on Twitter, both Talent Protocol and Takeoff Web3 Twitter accounts. Go ahead, follow us, ask questions, go on Discord. Let's have a chat in there. And don't forget about the voting. This being said, thank you very much. Thank you for being with us, and see you next time. Bye-bye.